and they have the worst luck with women, but the women have the best deal in Dubai.
And so what is the state of relationships in Dubai?
Yeah.
What is it like to be a rich man in Dubai? You've stated before that rich men have terrible relationships and dating choices.
Absolutely.
And I know a lot of rich men, and they would think, damn it, Sadia, that's the only reason I became rich. So I could go out with amazing women. And you're saying, well, because you're rich, you're going to attract the wrong woman. Talk about these high quality problems that we have in Dubai.
Well, here's the fundamental thing that men don't understand about women, and they really don't understand this. The more attracted she is to you, the more she makes access easy. And therefore, if you have a lot of money and you lead with money, it means that if you have to buy it, she's not actually genuinely there. When a woman is truly attracted to you, she makes access so easy. So men have gone into this world, particularly, ones that haven't really had success with women growing up, thinking if only I get rich, I can access any woman. All women just want money. But if you speak to handsome men and men who are really, really attractive, they'll tell you, I've never even spent a penny on a woman and I've had whatever woman I want. The reality is what happens with rich men is they are essentially accessing women who don't actually want to be with them. Because if you have to use an external quality to attract a woman, she's attracting to that external quality and not you. So what will happen is they have all this abundance of money. They can access any woman they want, but the only woman that will connect with them is the one that is there for something, for the lifestyle. And they have the worst luck with women, but the women have the best deal in Dubai. The women in Dubai will be there with a G-Wagon, her rent is paid, and all because there is an Arab man dumb enough to believe that she's loyal to him and she loves him. And I've been privy to situations where a girl will be like, okay, baby, love you, blah, blah, blah. And then and he's paying for her whole rent and this, that, and the other while she's with her boyfriend and sneaking him in and out the back door. So unfortunately, what happens in Dubai is because men who want to make a lot of money, who don't have a lot of success with women, go to Dubai and see all of these beautiful women that are clearly out of his league. They can now access them through money, but they genuinely believe these women want them for them. But the reality is if we just pick people who are on the same level of attractiveness to ourselves, we actually can form a connection. But nobody wants that anymore. They want
Has anyone ever wanted that? Everyone wants to punch above their weight.
Do you think?
Isn't that a human condition?
Is it a human condition? I guess it depends on your level of attractiveness to begin with. If you are happy with your level of attractiveness, you'll probably be happy with your partners, somebody on a similar level. If you're not so happy, I think then you'll want to, the less happy you are, the more you'll want to punch, I guess.
Don't you always want the job you can't get?
Maybe it's a man thing. As a woman, you kind of want a more equal, you want a sense of equality with your partner. As men, of course, you want something a bit more attractive. But as much as I can understand that, if attractiveness is the most important ingredient in your partner's selection, you're going to be miserable. You're going to, because she can tell that you're a shallow man and she can tell that she can manipulate you. Now, if I know that this man just loves a pretty face and it doesn't actually matter how I behave, but he just loves me because I look a certain way, I don't have respect for him. I will never ever have respect for him, and I will think that I'm irreplaceable because he's so excited by my looks. But if he makes it very clear that you're a beautiful girl, but your behavior also has to be respectable, then a woman naturally gets in line. She wants that man. She doesn't want a man who's a fan. We actually don't want men who are a fan. We say we do, but then we end up treating them like a fan. And how do you treat fans? Oh, go away after a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's similar with male-male relationships. Like, you want a male relationship with a male that has boundaries.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's someone you can respect.
Yeah.
You don't want one that doesn't have that.
So. It exudes masculinity. Boundaries it exudes dominance, power, masculinity. And without it, it exudes low self-esteem and weakness, unfortunately.
Okay, so if you're a man, how can you tell if the woman's a gold digger?
Oh, you know what is so bizarre? I work with men all over the world, and I'll have clients in LA, I'll have clients in Miami, I'll have clients in London, and every gold digger follows the exact same script. It's like they have a WhatsApp group and they all know what to do, but the gold diggers are literally prototypes, copy paste of each other. they come from deprived backgrounds. First and foremost, they come from very deprived backgrounds but have very expensive taste. Now, when you come from deprived background, what it does is it puts women into survival mode. Now, if she's come from deprivation and she has the luxury of beauty, the quickest way to get out of that deprivation is to utilize your beauty. Who can you utilize your beauty with? Men with money who have got low self-esteem. You can't use it with men with high self-esteem. So she usually comes from a deprived background. Usually either the culture is deprived or there's no father figure, there's some deprivation, but she has very materialistic values. Now that combination suggests she's going to look for materialism rather than connection. The other thing is they don't have a career. With all gold diggers, they have odd jobs here and there. So she had 10 minutes of a hairdresser, 20 minutes of, real estate, half an hour of being an influencer. And therefore, there's no identity in her career. And she doesn't derive any kind of satisfaction from hard work. So she essentially wants a partner like that. She'll also look for somebody who is a lot less attractive than she is. So she'll go for somebody who is considerably, like, perhaps she might be beautiful, but she'll choose somebody maybe really super overweight or 25 years older. They look for somebody who is a clear fan, because only a fan will say yes, yes, yes to everything. So they have to manipulate that low self-esteem. And they also have very similar friends. All of their friends will be the same thing. And one thing with gold diggers is they happily introduce you to their friends. Real women that really love you, what they'll do is they don't want you around all their friends all the time, because, they don't want to show you all their pretty friends all the time. Gold diggers will have all these beautiful friends and invite them over and say, they're coming on holiday with us, or she's going to stay with us a couple of days. She's going to come and do it. And the reason they do that is they want to create a physical barrier between them and the guy. They want to add somebody into the mix so that they don't have to get too close to this guy. And the friends are all in on it. They're like, oh God, I've got this new sugar daddy. Can you come with me? Because
so they don't have to be intimate?
So they don't have to be intimate.
Wow.
This is a trick a lot of gold diggers do. And they'll sometimes call me. They'll say, do you want to come to dinner? Because I don't want him to kiss me. And I was like, I don't know, I'm busy today, but you guys have fun. So they add physical barriers to them and their partner. And the sex is very intermittent. When they need something, they are so affectionate and so sexual. But when they get what they need, they disappear for 2-3 days and they don't let you touch them, and they've got a headache for 6 weeks. So the signs are very clear, but with men who are so desperate to be loved, they will believe anything to feel loved, particularly by a beautiful woman. And I always say it's almost your own fault. When you make beauty a priority, you suffer the consequences, because it's a shallow, vacuous quality to make as an essential ingredient for a connection. So you almost deserve the punishment of a gold digger.
And this is happening in Dubai.
You know what? I used to think it was just Dubai.
It's everywhere.
It's universal. I think what's happened is there's YouTube channels and there are like Instagram profiles that teach women the tricks. So they have all these similar tricks and they all kind of like work together. And it's a great, I have no problem with gold diggers. It looks like I do because I talk about it quite a bit. But the reality is, if a man is dumb enough and is shallow enough, he's just as shallow as a materialistic girl. The man who will literally, leave his wife and kids because somebody 20 years younger is giving him a bit of attention, he's just as shallow as you are. So if you want to use him, he's also using you as an ego boost. He has nothing in common with you. What does this man have in common with a 22-year-old in Dubai when he's an entrepreneur and a CEO of a really successful company? What does he have in common with an influencer? Nothing, but he just wants the ego boost. So he's just as shallow, and therefore I don't feel any guilt. I feel like, don't feel anything. It's both as shallow as each other, almost a perfect match.
Right, all's fair in love and war.
All's fair.
And take responsibility. You're big on that. Everyone take responsibility. Stop blaming everyone else for your circumstances.
Yeah, exactly.
You what did they say? You reap what you sow.
Exactly.
Okay, that's well said.